just go forward. That's just that simple. They have early game prior as well from the bot lane, and also their jungler has the better matchup when it comes to the skirmishes in the mid lane, and their top laner is gonna be like fine with the 5v5. I mean, just going 50-50 on the top side. So I think that's well-made team comp in general, but for Afreeca Freecs, yeah, again, no more comfort pick for ban, and Ezreal, which is less lane prior on the bot lane, and some questions around the Fly's Syndra, and yeah, I mean, it's really up to them, like how they use Syndra Camille pick on the top side. Otherwise, I think they're gonna lose all the priors in the lane, and yeah, they cannot do anything because this game around, their team comp is not like really balanced like game 1 or game 2, right? So.
Absolutely. Definitely does look a little bit more difficult, we could say, for the side of Afreeca. I do think that a lot of pressure does once again lie on the shoulders of bonO and also on aiming. We'll see what he can do on this Ashe. Down on the bottom side, he has double shielding in this composition with Orianna and Lulu to help out with that. And obviously, we don't really need to talk too much about Orianna and Lulu with Hecarim, as that will also be a very fun combination. So here we go, guys. Game number 3, KT's last chance to extend the series and try to pull off the reverse sweep, or will Afreeca just run away with it as they have in the first couple of games?
Definitely. And maybe because of the TES Knight, some mid laners are trying to pick up Syndra. And yeah, I mean, Syndra is one of the great control mage when it comes to the mid lane. You can have some early prior, and the mid late game's potential is also pretty huge. Depends on your skill shots, right? So I think it's a great pickup from Fly, but at the same time you're playing against Hecarim with 1k movement speed, so I'm not sure how it's gonna work.
bonO is going to be so incredibly fast with this combo, and on a ward now are Kiin and Spirit coming in here and saying, well, I've got the better horsey on my team, and I'm gonna trot this pony on into your jungle. And that will be Kiin helping Spirit go ahead and take the Raptors. Obviously, Lillia really enjoys this. She's not a good friend of the Raptors, likes to take them down very often, and was able to do that just there. Will also go ahead and take the red, saying, well, I can essentially do whatever I want. You saw the ping on the ward saying, well, he never exited, so I will also enter the jungle. We'll see that ward spot him out as it goes down, so everybody knows where the enemy junglers are. Just that Spirit got a little bit ahead in terms of the jungle clear.
Yeah, and you can see phase rush is obviously the meta right now. Like, there is 5 phase rushes and 2 conquerors. But yeah,
Gotta go fast.
you
right?
gotta go fast, yeah.
Yeah.
And
You don't have an option. You just gotta go fast.
And I think it's really great that the KT got one of the easiest bot lane matchup on the bot lane, while when they have like worse performance than enemy team, like it's gonna help them a lot when it comes to like snowballing in the mid game. So let's see if that is helping them enough to have this game snowball.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you're ever going to feel bad if you give aiming a high priority and great meta pick.
Yeah.
Right, he's certainly one of your pillars on your team, one of the guys you would expect to be consistently playing well and all that fun jazz. This is going to be the first time bonO picks up the Hecarim. Remember, guys, that it has been quite a while since we've seen KT play, about 2 weeks. And so, you know, with the Hecarim meta coming in, it does mean that now we will finally get a chance to see bonO pick it up and test it out. So, curious to see how he does do in this one.
And Kiin is already kind of bullying Smash with the lane control. He's using the jungler's position, right? And yeah, already having a 10 CS difference coming into 4 minutes.
Very extended trade there as well, even allowing the Mordekaiser to go for the passive and all that jazz. And does a good job of that, so we'll get ahead. Spirit is going to take the Raptors again, and bonO is like, what the hell, man? These are just not my Raptors this game.
Oh yeah, and definitely bonO needs to go for his Raptor. I mean, go for enemy's Raptor. And it seems like he's invading enemy jungle, but
where is he going?
yeah, he's late for this dive for sure.
You would like to have him top lane, for sure. Will they actually go for it is the question. The answer is no. As the Hecarim was spotted, here he comes going straight for Spirit. That is an immense amount of damage, and Spirit should be going down here, although he's extremely fast, and actually Kiin is turning it around. They're going to give that first blood over to the side of Spirit, and that will be the double kill as Kiin picks up the second kill. Wow, Wadid, this could not have gone any worse for the side of KT.
Oh man, this is so huge. He also lost his Raptors and he just invaded enemy jungle for no reason. Maybe he got some vision control, but obviously Smap was feeling that the dive is gonna happen on the top side. It was late, but also Afreeca Freecs had the vision control on the river, so they decided to just get back. And yeah, the 2v2 was so much better because Spirit could disengage. And yeah, this is worst scenario that you can have with the top side.
Yeah, and it turns out, okay, well here comes Ben, not really much doing there. Just gonna use Shockwave, level 6 hit here first by Yukao, as the wave is pushing in. But yeah, it turns out the better pony this time around seems to be the Lillia. You saw the speed boost was really critical in getting her the distance to get away from Hecarim. This initial burst and the follow-up from Smeb, he actually autos a minion and then flashes in and gets stunned. So great job by Kiin to deny that as well.
Oh yeah, and also Kiin picked up the Conqueror, so if the fight extends for Camille, then Camille is gonna have fun time with this rune choice, right? So,
absolutely. Yeah. And well, you thought bullying was happening earlier on. Well, you haven't seen true bullying. Smeb is actually gonna freeze.
I mean, it's not the
Someone
freeze.
Get LS on the phone.
Yeah.
It's not a hard freeze, but you know, it's putting the lane in a better position so that he can farm safer without his summoners, I suppose, at this point in time.
I mean, it's gonna stack towards Afreeca Freecs. I mean, if you wanna freeze the wave, you need at least 4 mage minions. So, yeah. I mean, he was just buying some times because the lane matchup is already kind of destroyed.
They're still getting in there. Look at this Hecarim. He's not able to do anything. I don't think they're going to be able to find him here, as there is a control ward to spot out this invade, and bonO's happy he went home. But just because of this momentum from the top side play, the jungle is not happy for KT, the top lane is not happy for KT, and Spirit and Kiin can just have their run of the jungle and do whatever they want.
By the way, there is literally no jungle camps on the bot side, and even Spirit is defending his jungle. So, yeah. bonO is pinging enemy jungle, but Spirit is here, so oh my gosh, 200 IQ play by Spirit, so
yeah, and he spots him. bonO's like, I don't care, I'm just gonna do the red. I don't know about that decision. They do have the bot prio, so at least they've got that. Ben with a massive shield, though, might have baited in the enemy here, as Spirit is doing an insane amount of damage. Aiming has to flash away, and Mystic actually sails wide on that one. The red buff will eventually get this one. Spirit incredibly fast, of course, on the Lillia. Will just chase him down. He's level 7. He doesn't give a damn right now. He's just running them down 2 levels above bonO, and is now 2-0-2 at 8 minutes on Lillia.
This jungle difference is coming in huge towards the KT side. They had the lead on the bot side, but it doesn't matter. Enemy jungle is way too bad.
Kiin is mid lane again.
Oh man, it's happening.
But Fly is not playing a tank, and he didn't start up in the top lane, and multitude of other things. So Kiin just pushes the lane and then backs. as Fly is heading top. I wonder if they're going to continue with this swap.
I mean, it's actually fine for Syndra, by the way. Like, Mordekaiser cannot do anything against Syndra. I mean...
Absolutely.
Oh, and the missing the ward as well. But anyways, Spirit with the smart move towards the bottom side that helped a lot when it comes to bot lane skirmishes. I mean, there is no way you can lose the fight when your jungler is level 6 and enemy jungler is level 5. That's what happened exactly on the bot side.
Man, this is one scary Bambi. Maybe a different movie from the one that I watched, but either way, it was just a great look overall. I think that bonO is also again playing a little bit too, you know, he's like flying off the cuff. He's just like essentially doing whatever he wants and invading when he's down a level, and you know, he's got some prio from the bottom lane, but that's about it. As here we go once again. This is a 4-on-2. Make that a 4-on-3. We've got Hecarim coming in through the jungle, but I'm not sure he's going to be here on time as Lulu is going to go down, so Will aiming. Cal regretting his decision, not sure about that shockwave. bonO is running away, and now he will run in. Will pick up the kill onto the Syndra, but not going to get much more. So bonO going to be the only member of KT that gets anything. Everybody else gets a ticket to the death chain.
Oh yeah, just snowballing from Afreeca Freecs. It's just way too clean. Everything is working out. The TP play from Fly was so clean, and the backup from Kiin from the top side is also working out very well. The rotation is so clean. Like, I mean, Afreeca Freecs is actually developing themselves during the game, actually. And this is the momentum that I was talking about. Even though the BO5 is gonna happen like 3 days in a row, right? But the momentum is the thing for Afreeca Freecs, and the game 3 is looking like so much better than their game 1.
Yeah, absolutely. You called it, Wadid. You're on fire today. Not sure what you ate for breakfast, but you're getting everything right. And so is Afreeca in this game. Just, you know, trying to respond. The teleport from Orianna is always going to be a little bit iffy, especially with that positioning in the middle of the lane, and it was just too little too late. I mean, the two of them were already dead, basically, with the 3-on-2, and Spirit's so strong. He's got tier 2 boots, plus the completed Runic Echo, so, I mean, not really much you can do. It's like, you know, just trying to plug up a boat that's got a million holes in it at this point, so.
I mean, the thing is, KT's bot lane is still kind of ahead, right? Because of the lane matchup. But I don't think it's gonna help that much at this point, because Ezreal is fine to just be behind and getting the first turret as well because of the header. So the extra gold is going to be given to Afreeca Freecs side. And yeah, I mean, at this point, we can maybe imagine like when KT reaches to the late game, maybe they can synergize with their team comp, but yeah, I mean, the item difference and the map control difference is just, right now, is just way too huge. So, yeah, if they want to come back, they need to build around aiming. That is 100% sure, because he's ahead right now, ahead in gold. So they just need to use this advantage at the right timing. Otherwise, they're gonna just lose everything right now.
Well, they certainly have a nice amount of support for him. The Mordekaiser can kind of sacrifice himself, take one of those scary enemy champions off the board, and he's got massive shielding. And a big horsey in the front to try to take away some of the pressure.
Yeah. But
again, it's going to require a pretty perfect team fight. This time, KT weren't even able to take any of the early Drakes, like games 1 and 2, so Afreeca even more one-sided. In this game. It's still early, 13 minutes, so we haven't even had the second Drake just yet. But you have to imagine with the lead that Afreeca will be able to lock that one down.
I mean, KT's mid lane and AD, the bot laner is ahead in CS, so if they can lead to the next team fight, then it's gonna be okay for KT side, but Yeah, I mean, as you mentioned, this Mordekaiser cannot do much in this game. Maybe he can bring Sett and just 1v1 enemy support, but nothing much right now.
Yeah, he's just going to be sitting down here on the bottom side and try not to die against Kiin, who has got the Ravenous Hydra. He's having a fun time so far. Will be, looks like, going for Trinity Force next, but either way, certainly having a bit of fun. It looks like Spirit is going to go for the tanky build once again, so no Leandry's second here. Goes for the Ninja Tabi on top of that. And KT were actually able to get a nice amount of plates in this game, it turns out.
Yeah.
Some of the switching around up in the top side gave Smeb a couple of plates, and then, of course, the priority and the pressure that KT did have in the bottom lane did net them 5 plates.
Yeah, I mean, that's mainly because of their bot lane, but yeah. I mean, right now, Fly is matching Orianna on the top side, and Camille is matching Mordekaiser on the bot side, but I feel like if Afreeca Freecs wants to snowball this game more, then they should change the matchup on the side lane. I think putting Syndra on Mordekaiser's side is way better for her, and also putting Camille on the Orianna side is putting more pressure against the enemy Orianna, so I think that is way better. But yeah, I mean, because of the matchup, Syndra cannot step up right now. If Hecarim comes, then you cannot do anything against Orianna, so KT is finding some space against Afreeca Freecs, and if they can delay some time...
Well, this might be a sad horsey. He is incredibly fast, but the Lilting Lullaby doesn't care about how fast you are. And, I mean, he's chunking people right now. He doesn't even have that much damage. I mean, he's still able to destroy this Hecarim as he's level 10 in this game. So, nice little setup there. I like what you were saying, Wadid. I think it's definitely true. It seems like Afreeca, instead of swapping, they're just like sending all of their support up towards the Syndra. And they had some nice map and vision plays to catch bonO out of position yet again in this one.
Oh yeah, I mean, if they can keep up this lane matchup, like side lane matchup, I think it's so much better for them. Like, they can snowball so much faster than before. I think I would just definitely prefer to play against Mordekaiser as a Syndra on the side lane, because if you're just take caring about the Hecarim, then nothing is gonna happen. But if you are playing against Orianna, then you cannot even try to 1v1 on the side because there is no vision control, right? So I think finally Afreeca Freecs is finding some way to snowball the game. But anyways, yeah, KT got the Drake, but it doesn't matter. Drake doesn't matter that much right now, nowadays.
It's level 10 Spirit to level 8 bonO. Pretty straightforward that time around. bonO is just, he's literally walking down the river when there's no vision and he's behind. So he says, well, I'm Hecarim, I'm really fast, I should easily be able to get away, but that was not the case when he runs straight into a Sett who was waiting for him. So good setup once again by the side of Afreeca. And yeah, they don't go for that Ocean Drake, but they get a lot of gold. They go back and buy some stuff. You can see that Mystic is working on that Ramana. Spirit Visage completed for the Lillia, so nobody's killing that guy.
No.
Level 11 at this point.
It is not happening. And I mean, they have no priors in the lane. Orianna cannot push because there is no vision control. And at this point, like, you cannot even look for 1v1 trades on the side lane. So yeah, even though the lane matchup that I mentioned is not happening, Afreeca Freecs is still having a great side lane prior, so it's gonna help mid lane prior as well. So if you have mid lane prior, the vision control is on point. And yeah. Like,
yeah, we watch aiming shoot out an arrow there against Mystic, and you know, I mean, Mystic, he's got Arcane Shift and he has Flash, so he's not dying there. He doesn't have Cleanse, so maybe he's like, well, maybe I can get a bit of damage on him, force him out of the lane. But
I mean, yeah,
definitely a little bit opportunistic at that point.
KT tried it because Orianna couldn't go for the side lane. So I mean, they will keep trying to force on the mid lane, but yeah, as you mentioned, that is Ezreal with Arcane Shift. So unless Mystic is looking for some optimistic plays on the mid lane, I don't think he's gonna die on the mid lane.
Yeah. It's, again, not going to happen. Not this time around. And, yeah, taking a look at some of the items here. Again, it is tank Lillia, if you weren't paying attention before. And in game 1, this is Spirit, liking to go for straight tank Lillia. Leandri's first here for Smeb, as that's not too uncommon. And it looks like the GLP was picked up by UCal, so once again, just kind of looking for picks and seeing what he can do. Also has some defensive capabilities. But yeah, just mainly feeding that farm over to the side of aiming. As this is okay. Thought maybe they could make a play onto that one, but it looks like they just want to make the safe play and take down the turret with Shirley, who is going to be dropped down right now.
Oh yeah. KT is definitely trying to defend the plays from Afreeca Freecs, but not working out. They still lost the turret. So yeah, I mean, Afreeca Freecs is slowly getting everything on the map. The timing KT want to have right now is the mid lane 5v5. Otherwise, they're going to lose the game.
Yeah, that is true. Spirit, easy phase rush there. He doesn't really care about anything like that. Also has Nimbus Cloak, so Smite, and says, see you later. Super duper fast. And that's what we were talking about. Like, this deer is not going to die unless she puts herself in a position to get a massive engage off. Because she's pretty tanky with the items she's got right now. She has insane speed. And, yeah, just looking good from there. Not much else happening after the Hecarim got caught earlier on.
I mean,
it's really just macro plays.
I was expecting Kiin to move towards the bottom lane after he just pushed in completely on the top side. But he was farming his top side jump. So, I mean, I guess Afreeca Freecs is taking this time as a farming time officially. But yeah, I mean, I don't think this is great from Afreeca Freecs at the same time, because if you wanna compete against the worst teams, then you need to like snowball at the right timing when you have advantage. But yeah, I mean, for some reason Afreeca Freecs is taking it really slow, and I don't really like this.
It certainly does feel like they're ahead enough to the point where they can be taking more risks, I suppose. It doesn't feel like a risk when you're this far ahead, right? But as you mentioned, they're kind of just taking the super safe approach, and they're also not being proactive on their, you know, the times when they have the biggest lead. So I think that's mostly what you were touching on. They're also a little bit slow to take the Drakes. You know, they have total map control and they could just go for it, but it takes them a while to kind of get in position and secure it and lock it down. Looks like Lillia is going to go for that one right now. So not going to waste too much time, as they will take down this Cloud Drake.
Yeah, I mean, there is, yeah, I mentioned already like two options that Afreeca Freecs could do, like putting a better side lane matchup to put more pressure on the enemy team, or yeah, as you mentioned, just keep it up, the better objective tempos, right? But both things are not happening, and also the shift play from the winning lane was not happening. Like, I was expecting Kiin to move towards the bottom side, because like he could actually push the side lane by himself without getting any helps on him, like under the second tier turret on the top side, right? And that means that you have like 3 waves of timing to just go roam on the bot side or mid lane. But like all those things are not happening. So that's why the game feels like really slow.
Okay, trying to force something here in the mid lane is aiming. See, he's getting pretty antsy about it. He's like, I mean, they're right there, come on, let's engage. But bonO is just so far behind that one of the pieces of their puzzle, of their composition, is just, you know, it doesn't fit. I think it was left out in the rain and became soggy. It doesn't quite, you know, fit with the rest of the pieces. And yeah, I mean, you know, aiming can try as hard as he wants, but if he doesn't have his teammates to follow up, there's not really much that's going to go on. And Afreeca, that was pretty much like 2-on-5, and then 2 other members came over. Meanwhile, you had Camille split pushing. And so they're really just taking their time with this one. This is like Afreeca's moment to rest, you know? They're just like sitting back.
I don't really like this. Maybe like I just watched Damwon versus DRX game, like the way how Damwon Gaming takes the snowball. But I mean, if the Damwon Gaming was play this game from the blue side, I think they could actually just hit the Nashor just 20 seconds ago when Camille got the side lane pressure and moved towards the mid lane. But they went back to the side lane and decided to get another extra waves from the side. And yeah, I mean, even though Freecs is winning this series and winning this game, the way how they approach to like snowball this game is not like looking great. I mean, it's not wrong or something, but it's not looking great when like you think about the game. Like this is worse qualifiers. It's not like regular split game, right?
Yeah, it's certainly a little bit too slow. And again, with Afreeca in such a dominant lead in the series and Game 3, we begin to look onward and upward, right? We begin to wonder how they're going to do against T1, and they were able to win the last time, but as I mentioned earlier on, I think that T1 are going to have a much more prepared and stronger performance, I would imagine, in the, you know, it's do or die, right? It's either you make it into Worlds off of a good performance or you don't. So they have to take Afreeca seriously, and it's not going to be an easy opponent, so Afreeca need to really clamp down on some of their slowness, we could say. I mean, they're in the way that they are playing.
They're giving so much time, and the snowball is stopped, and you can see it from the gold difference. At 20 minutes, they were ahead in 5k gold, but in 25 minutes, it's 4.4k. So the snowball is stopped, and this is so slow. I mean, they're giving so much time towards enemy team, which is not a great news when you are the team who was snowballing this game.
Yeah, that is for sure. And
I mean, there was so many ways to snowball this game, right? Like we suggested so many ways, and like nothing was happening. Like they were just keep farming and farming when they were so ahead and they were stronger in this game.
Yeah, and it's not even like they're stacking Mountain Drakes that work really well with their composition like Game 1. It's more like, well, we're getting clouds. We're farming, we're scaling, but so is the enemy team. So it doesn't quite feel the same as we can tell. Even with the stanky build from Spirit, he's pretty far ahead, so still does some decent damage to the side of Aiming and Tucson. Tucson basically, he wasn't having the most flashy performances in game number 1 and game number 2, but this time around he basically just follows Aiming around the map and puts shields on him. So we'll see how that works out for them. We see that KT is trying to rotate over to this side, but Kiin up 2 levels on Smed. As, okay, we got the engage coming out here, the shockwave, and they use the flash now as Aiming as the lilting lullaby onto multiple members, but it is cleansed, but will it matter? Kiin flashes in, but doesn't find much, actually, as they're looking for Yukal down the lane, and they will be able to find him at least. Kiin is a monster. Look at him. He's just running at them, misses his hook shot, doesn't even care about it. He's got Mordekaiser now in the front, just baits him in, and I guess Ben will be smacked down, but it should be a trade of kills as Kiin, not the cleanest team fight of Camille I've ever seen him play, but either way, Afreeca finally open the doors and make something happen, and will get a kill and move on to the Cloud Room.
Well, was it Afreeca that who tried to open the door? I don't think so. I mean, this is really disappointing snowballing from Freecs, and like KT had a great chance again. So I mean, I don't know what is happening for Freecs. So I don't know why they're not deciding to just pull the trigger, and they gave up so much wave on the top side this time around. Yeah. So they're kind of forced. But they were ahead.
Yeah, they're forced to fight.
Yeah.
They're forced.
Yeah, I mean, they're forced.
Not even by their own volition.
Yeah, so, I mean, this is so, like, disappointing performance from Afreeca, but, yeah, at the same time, like, it was not playing his team fight as well, right? So...
we should move to live right now. He's got KT doing the Baron again. But this time there's 4 members of Afreeca in position, and triple lilting Lullaby. That is just disgusting, as 2 of them are going to be dominated. And Mordekaiser has to go home with his tail between his legs. Spirit is chasing down 2 members. We all know who the better pony is in this game. As, man, he is just so dominant. And finally, again, it feels like Afreeca are kind of forced to do something because KT are like, please, we desperately want to fight. We really want to, so we're just going to do the Baron and see what happens.
I mean, the KT play was the play that Afreeca needed to play. And I mean, something is wrong in this game, right? Like, am I wrong, actually? I'm not sure,
No,
actually.
I don't think so.
This game is something wrong. But anyways, at the end, Freecs got something. At the end, yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of lost in this game, by the way.
They, you know, thanks to KT, Afreeca are able to get something done. Take a look at this. This is just unreal.
Yeah, I mean, this is such a great engage. Yes, yeah, I agree. And yeah, Spirit, Lillia, his mastery on this champion is
걸어줄게
really
내가.
great.
얘들아 조심하고 내가 먼저 걸게.
And
얘네 다 러시한다 러시한다.
they're rushing that shot.
오리아나 노 오리아나.
With Orianna,
헤카리 궁으로
look upper
빠졌다.
side. Hecarim knows to make.
이게 나야. 바로 맞다.
This is me.
바텀도 민다
이게
바텀도
나야.
민다.
이거랑구나.
This is me. This is my Lillia. Look at me.
이게 나야.
나이스. 이거 물려.
This is me.
Yeah.
Spirit's feeling it. He's got that spirit. And he certainly has had a pop-off performance in this game. No denying that. And I suppose specifically we should mention the early game, as well as that last team fight. So that is one of the things that worked well. Kiin is pulled in, and the arrow misses. They're going to really try to force this one, as Smeb not going to hit much, but we got 5 members looking to just get on top of Kiin.
Stopwatch.
As he's got a stopwatch, so that's not going to work out. In goes the Hecarim, only to die immediately in the backline. And this game, my good friends, is over. That is going to be the 3-0 as Aiming is going to be chased down, trying his best to the last moment, as Tucson is so unhappy, but he will be going down as well. Down goes the sad Lulu, and that is going to be the 3-0 from Afreeca as they push in to the Nexus turrets. And we'll be taking those down, and they will go up against T1 in the next best of 5 tomorrow. At the same time, of course, KT not able to put up a good enough performance tonight. Afreeca absolutely looked like the team that deserved to move on to the next round, and they will do so by taking down the Nexus right now.
Yeah, even though that was not the cleanest performance, at the end, the result is clean 3-0 by Afreeca Freecs. So they're going for the next round, and I was talking about the momentum. And can they actually